With the announcement of the brand new FP-X series from Roland, we are super excited to bring you the flagship, the FP90X. Not the P90X, we're not working out here, Ted. I mean, we're gonna work out our fingers in a little bit. But we're looking at the FP90X Pure Acoustic modeling. What does that mean?
I don't know.
Guess we're gonna have to figure it out in the next 5 minutes.
Hi, this is Ted with Alamo Music Center in San Antonio, Texas.
I'm Patrick Marr. You can find us online at alamomusic.com. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our YouTube channels, check out our other videos, sign up for notifications, like our videos, leave us comments. We really appreciate your support and love to interact with you guys. Ted, we have it here. It's the FP90X. What do you think?
I like it. I got excited reading all the features and add-ons and upgrades and all that stuff.
I think it's pretty incredible because it was just a week or two ago that we were filming and we were talking sampling versus modeling, which is really, I think, it's been a thing that's been discussed for the last 10 to 15 years, but technology has really hit a stride here in 2021, and modeling is making a hard statement, and I think Roland's making a very unique statement with offering a full modeling system and a piano that's right around $2,000. It's $2,199, I think, is the sticker price on this. But you're getting their full modeling system. There's no piano sample in this, which is mind-blowing a little bit. And so we discussed a little bit further in that video, sampling versus modeling, the technology behind that. But having an instrument that is completely modeled, so every key strike that you have is setting off an algorithm that says you hit it this hard, it's a piano sound, it's going to decay at this rate, you're holding these other notes, and it's all gonna come together to make this very unique sound that would only happen because you pressed it that way.
Right.
And it's not a sample. They didn't mic up a really expensive piano like a lot of manufacturers on their top of their line portable instruments like this. If you think about Kawai and Yamaha, they're very proud to say we sampled our CFX and we sampled our Kawai SKEX. And those are incredible sounds, but what Roland's saying here is a completely different statement. And I think it actually goes back to 1986, right?
Yeah.
And it was like the MKS-20 is what it was called, the Roland's MKS-20. And at that point, technology you weren't able to keep a lot of storage in anything. And so you had very limited samples with limited polyphony. And basically, it didn't sound like a real instrument. It didn't sound like a piano. It sounded like something.
It had its own unique sound.
And
to where that sound actually became popular in music for a while.
And so what Roland did at that point is we created a model there, and they made a piano model and a couple different other voices, but I think Elton John toured with it. And it was the closest thing people had. They were like, this is the future. This is modeling. And then eventually storage got cheap and you could store, a flash drive can have a terabyte.
A lot of years went by before memory got cheap. Storage got inexpensive.
Yeah, but sampling kind of overtook the idea of modeling at a certain point, and now here we are back in 2021, and Roland releases their brand new product, the flagship, the FP90X, replacing the FP90, and they have something that has limitless polyphony.
Right.
Did I read that right?
That's what it said. It said it was limitless polyphony on the acoustic piano sounds, and that's as a result of their modeling formula instead of samples.
And so just very incredible technology. This was only available on, and it was just recently released, but available on their LP series, which is like their very high-priced Roland in-home digitals. But here they are putting in at something about half the price. This is the FP90X, not the P90X. This isn't a workout video. This is a keyboard. So Ted, what do you love about this instrument?
I liked the piano sounds. First off, I like the action. I like the keys. I like the way it felt. I like the way it played. I loved it. But I truly loved the mid and bass section of the pianos because the decay, the drop off, the fall off, how the notes fade away is the closest thing to a grand piano that I've, in terms of sound and feel. It's kind of weird because you expect a digital to have some kind of looping in it or some kind of...
Because basically when they take the sample, they usually loop it and it loops back on itself and it decays over time.
It's supposed to keep coming back and they're supposed to smooth out the circularity of where the volume comes back. This one here is just like a long note on a grand piano. I was really impressed with it.
And the action, you have the wood keys. It's the PHA50, which is it's in a lot of their nicer in-home digital pianos, but it has a great feel. Wood keys, escapement. Just a great feeling instrument, and then you can use that as a controller, of course. So this can be a great controller. I like the speaker configuration too. It's a little bit different than what we see sometimes on other portable instruments. But you have 4 speakers, 60 watts, I believe, in all. So it's got 25 watts per side.
It's got a lot of onboard sound. There's a lot of amperage. That's a lot of amperage. But the one thing that to go along with that sound system, it has this 3-band EQ up here. This right here to me is one. This should almost be a given on every keyboard, because so you can just adjust any sample to go with your any sound, whatever you have to go.
Turn up the mids, turn up the bass, and
because not everyone likes something straight cookie cutter. I mean, you might like a little brighter, a little muddier, a little,
and depending on the song you're playing with. So this, I mean, it's an incredible instrument. I think it's about 50 pounds, 52 pounds. But just a really cool instrument. We talk about it a lot on the channel, that we are always looking for that perfect kind of gig instrument.
Oh, this one here is incredible. I did not plug in a microphone and sing through it, but it does have effects on it. It has a compressor. It's got some kind of delay, like an echo type in it, and then it also has, I think, some other kind of reverb that you can set your sound up and EQ your microphone and stuff.
This is something that could be an all-in-one kind of PA performing.
The idea is you go to a medium-sized venue and you can plug in and sit out and play.
A coffee shop.
Perfect for that.
A restaurant. Yeah, no, it's going to be self-contained, where you can have a microphone plugged in. It has its own individual gain control, so you can mess with the levels there. You can EQ it. You can put a little reverb on your voice, because everyone likes a little bit more ambience. There is an ambience feature on here with the piano samples as well. But kind of just making it an all self-contained unit, where you pick this up with a stand and a microphone, and you're ready to play at a gig right out of the box. Also makes an incredible record with that piano sample, an incredible recording device that I think would add to anyone's home studio. Great on stage, plug in. It's got all the outputs you would need on anything, and it's got actual MIDI in and out, but it also has your left-right channels output. It's got headphones, of course. Just a great amount of sample or amount of technology here when it comes to plugging it in and getting it ready to be stage ready for you. And yeah, the Pure Acoustic modeling is what they call that sound engine. Just sounds great. But I'm gonna take a listen to it. Let's listen to what it sounds like. We were playing with it a little bit, but let's take a full listen to what this instrument does sound like.
One thing I don't know if you could hear, but you can feel it when you play, is that it's different than any other digital piano I played, because every time you hit the key on this piano, you get a different sound. It's not like some of the others where you play it and you get standard 1 of 3 to 5 sounds. You get a different kind of tonality, a different touch, a different technique. You change the notes. The response is like a real piano. It's the same, but it's not the same. It's just a tad bit different.
Yeah, I mean, it's incredible where the modeling technology has gone, and what Roland's been able to introduce, especially at this price point. Kind of just incredibly packed full of that stuff. I'm excited. We're gonna take this and compare it against some similarly priced items. This one's a little bit more expensive, but I really want to get it here with the ES920 from Kawai and the P515
Start
from
mixing
Yamaha.
manufacturers. I don't know how this one will stand up. I honestly, because I think this is one of the best digital pianos I've played. I've said that a number of times in the last month, because we've had all this top of line gear coming in here. It's going to be nice to get them next to one another and compare acoustic pianos and compare their Rhodes and their Whirly sounds. This one also has, I forgot to mention, this little screen on here. What I really truly like, and there's some of these things in here that have just the best names for their sounds. And there's one toward the end of the video that I did. It's called Strawberry Flutes. And when you play that, it sounds like the flute mellotrons on the Sgt. Pepper.
Wow.
Or well, off of the Strawberry Fields.
Yeah.
It's really, some of the sounds are like that. You can look at it and go, I wonder if it's that sound. You play it, it's that sound.
And it hits that sound.
It hits that sound.
I mean, Roland's known for their voices. I feel like when it comes to digital keyboards that are portable, you kind of have to pick from a couple really great manufacturers, and they all have their offering. And I feel like Roland really shines in their sound sampling, and I said sampling, but also their sound modeling.
The one thing I wanted to mention is you mentioned the ambience button, and what's really nifty about the ambience is the first time that I've seen where you can go in on a reverb and you can change it to where it's a wood type of reverb. In other words, they're putting you like in a wooden stage or a wooden dance hall, and it does feel different. It feels boxy, like if you've been in one of those old churches playing an upright, you know how if the floor is raised, so you got that wooden. So the ambience has a lot of different kind of effects that you can go in and slightly modify and adjust to, and they're really different and unique.
And they also have a couple different apps that you can use with the unit. And those basically you can go through and change parameters on the modeling system.
That might make it more fun to use.
Yeah, and I think it'd be a little bit more. I think when you were going through here, changing some of the controls can be difficult, especially when you want to make parameter changes. I know, for example, when we're looking at the Kawai ES920, they have the virtual technician that's easy to menu dive into. Always it's easier with an application on a tablet, and Roland has that partner piano app as well. Some things we didn't talk about: Bluetooth audio. Of course, this is going to be a real nice audio system in your home or in your studio, wherever you have this. It can turn into, you can play from your phone, streaming if you're at that coffee shop gig and you want to put on some music because you need to go to the bathroom or you need to order some food or take a break. You can have music playing through that speaker system. It also has Bluetooth MIDI, so you can control directly from Bluetooth connection. So you can have that iPad and change the voicing on your piano or change what sounds you're playing with. But yeah, just a very, very, I think, neatly packed offering from Roland. A little bit more expensive than some of the portables that we do see come out. I'm excited to get it in against some of those, that over $1,500 price point. Under $2,500, but kind of something that you can pick up and carry to gigs that has monitor system on it. This one has a microphone input. That's really cool. Great feeling instrument. Upgraded piano sound sample. But yeah, the FP90X. Really excited that Roland did go ahead and make a big announcement this year with that whole FPX line. We are going to do videos on the FP30X and the FP60X, so make sure you check those out. We're also going to compare them against each other and say, hey, what does this, this full modeling system sound like against the supernatural that the FP30X has? So make sure you're subscribed so that you can see some of that content. We're real excited to compare these two against each other and kind of see what do you get if you spend that extra money and is it worth it for me? And so the Roland FP90X, I think it's a home run. I think it's one of those ones on our top of the list where it's like, this could be the holy grail of portable instruments.
Top recommended.
And so this is going to definitely have to go up against some of our other favorites because I think we're excited to put them all together and see what they all sound like in the same room versus each other, checking out all the actions, the different sound samples, or modeling in this case, and seeing which one might be the best for somebody. Thank you guys for watching, of course. This is Ted Barcelona and Patrick Marr. You can find us online at alamomusic.com. If you have any questions about the FP-X series from Roland, or if you own one already and love it and want to tell the world about how much you love it, like we do, you can leave some comments. I'm sure other people will greatly appreciate any recommendations that you have. If you say, hey, this is really worth the money, or hey, I really think the 60 might be a better offering, make sure you leave those comments, because I think it will really help steer people in the right direction of what might be right for them and what you enjoyed. Thank you guys for watching. Again, please subscribe to our content. We really enjoy making it for you, and we appreciate the support. Thanks for watching.